Where'd everybody go?
So nice and cold.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Pixel Junkies, where apparently it's so nice and cold.
It is, just touch it, man.
It is cold.
Oh, man.
It is cold. It's almost as cold as my air conditioner. We're playing Destiny the Taken King
I'm
because...
sorry on that.
Anyway, so first up,
God damn that.
we're doing...
I had to install this fucking game again.
Yeah. I like this game.
Because Dad wants to fucking play it and we got nothing else to do.
No, really we don't. We're in the dry season here when it comes to new releases.
Dry season with 97% humidity.
I mean, in terms of the
May as
video
well
game
just
market,
be
you
water.
fucking asshole.
May as well just be the pool.
May as well just be the
I don't even
pool.
like swimming. Fuck it.
Do you not like swimming?
I hate water.
Really? So how do you like...
Water can fuck off. It's not like it got anything to do with me.
Don't you shower?
Yeah, I was making a joke that my body's like 90-something% water.
Oh,
but anyway.
I see.
Yeah, you got it.
Doing a science joke.
Episode 79 of the Pixel Junkies podcast. What was that refer a friend thing? What was that?
Don't worry about it. See,
Anyway.
Oh, man, you're a warlock.
I was a warlock.
Man,
So, all right, for all the Destiny aficionados out there, of which there are probably 7 left,
I'm one of them.
I have not played this since The Taken King. Was that one of the ones that came out?
The Taken King was... So first was The Dark Below, then The House of Wolves.
Played those two.
And then The Taken King was the latest one.
So I briefly played The Taken King, and that was it.
Oh, yeah?
That is why my level is not 400 billion light. So,
Oh, man. Oh,
take
no,
a feces
dear.
if you want. Yeah, I'm alright. You know, showing off with your I have level 400 light. Okay.
Sidearm, pulse rifle.
I have level 780
All
light.
right, let's see what's
When are you
up
getting
next.
your ship and fly around all these planets? Adam?
You
You cool guy?
do you have the Taken King?
I don't fucking know.
Oh,
I
no,
thought
you
I
don't.
played it. I thought I played it. Maybe it didn't install.
Apparently you don't have it.
Maybe it didn't install. Well, I don't know. They're all Iron King, Crotus, Scrotal, Thunder, whatever they're called. All generic ass names. I thought I played it, but whatever. So what was the one with the... You go to... Where's the Queen from?
The Reef.
So what was the DLC that was there?
That was the Taking... that was the House of Wolves.
What was
Or
what was like the level 28 strike thingy there where you fought off waves of dudes?
That was the Prison of Elders.
Right. That was the last thing I played.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Maybe I probably didn't
do
do
not
it.
have the Taken
All right.
King.
Well, it all sounds generic the same anyway.
Whatever.
It does. It does.
All
Generic
right.
garbage.
All right.
So Adam.
Jeez, I can't even do half the... All right.
Adam.
What?
There was some sort of movie or something that came out last week.
Oh, yeah. Suicide Squad came out. I've
that what it
seen
was?
Yeah.
Suicide Squad?
Yeah, it was Suicide Squad.
All right, so Phil's in with this movie. 'cause
It
I didn't
was
see
it was not good at
not-
all.
It wasn't... You didn't like it?
No. God, no.
Why not?
It's not good. Well, a lot of reasons. Do you care about spoilers?
No, I'm not going to say this.
All right. Well, I'll
Is
have
Margot
it.
Robbie naked in it?
No.
I don't care then.
She gets kind of close though.
Yeah.
A little
She was
bit.
naked in Wolf of Wall Street. I'll just watch that again.
She was. Why'd you watch the movie? Just find a GIF online.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a good movie, though.
It is a good
And
movie.
she's naked in it, so I mean,
Yeah. It was a good movie though.
you had to win-win. Yeah, great movie. Taking the thumbsticks off my controller.
I'm gonna play like this. That's a real player plays.
Yeah, with a turbo hole in their finger from the metal bit worn
Yeah.
down.
Anyway, so spoiler-free review. It's not great. Too many characters. Basically, I haven't read any other review of it, although I've heard other people talk about the movie when they came out, and I have similar opinions. Where too many characters, the plot kind of doesn't make sense, and they screw up some of the relationships between the characters. Man, oh man, you got a lot of mail.
You know, I haven't played it in like 18 years. Does that? Do you get interest on that?
Yep.
Sweet.
Well, you're gonna get a lot of gear right now.
Well, I was talking to Jordan, and if you don't know Jordan,
he's a
Pixel Junkies classic member,
yeah, who's no
guy
longer
who
on it.
likes literally every film ever. liked Transformers 4, the
Yeah.
shit one. Didn't like Suicide Squad, I heard.
No, he did not.
So that, like, I don't trust many opinions of people when it comes to, like, films and stuff. Well, loosely, because most people are like, it was good, it had good elements, but this could have been better. That's sort of like a grayer review for me. If Jordan doesn't like something, it's just, that's automatically like, all right, alarm's going off.
Yeah. No, it was. There were parts. Here's the problem with the movie. The problem with the movie is, and we're getting into spoil territory here, so if you skip ahead a bit, if you don't want to, if you care about spoilers.
Skip ahead to this time. Well, where would we be? Wherever it is on the screen down there. Oh, hit my mic.
So here's the problem with it. I'm gonna get out of here because there's nothing to do. How do you bring up the? Here we go. I play this on PS4, so the controls are.
Oh yeah, okay, cool, yeah. Sony fanboy over here. I see how it is.
Anyway,
not good enough for him.
Here's the problem with the movie. First off, there's too many characters. I came out of the movie and I one of the people we went to see it with really enjoyed. Well, they said that they liked it, and I said, okay, answer me this question: what does Captain Boomerang and Katana do to the movie? If you took those two characters out of the movie, I don't think you would have to change a single line of dialogue. You just have to take out some stuff, but I don't think you'd have to change anything when it came to the plot. They are completely irrelevant characters. Completely. There's no reason to be there. They had less impact on the plot than the dude who only got 5 minutes of screen time and his only thing was to die to show them that the tracking, like, mini bomb things that they had implanted in their skin were actually bombs.
So they actually did that. I heard that was like a comic.
Yeah.
That was like a comic storyline and actually did that.
Yeah, they actually did that, which actually it makes sense because, like, why else wouldn't they have...
Yeah, I was wondering how they were going to do that because I heard that and I was like, okay, that makes sense, I guess. But it sounds stupid as fuck if they do that in the movie.
Yeah.
Turns out they did it.
Yeah.
Stupid as fuck.
Well, I mean, how else are you going to get these people to, cooperate? At least this is the whole thing with...
That's why I don't like the concept.
It's not a great... It's a good concept when it's handled well, but it just wasn't handled well here, which is another thing. The plot is stupid. So Amanda Waller, who in the comics is the one who sets up... She's the government agent who sets up this thing. She's like, all right, we need to have our own strike team available to deal with these threats. Let's take the worst scum of the earth and make them into this. And I'm like,
yeah, that's why I thought it was going to be like the Expendables, where they send them into, like, fucktown, hell, anus, Russia, where they got, like, some turbo nuclear missile going to go off or something. And it's like, well, if they succeed, awesome. If they don't, then they're all dead, so it don't matter. That's what I kind of thought they were going to do. Not like, let's have them run around New York City with civilians around. It's like, that's stupid.
Well, there's no civilians because she gets, like, the first person that she has for her team is this woman called the Enchantress, who's this powerful demon who is possessed by this archaeologist. So she's like, we can't... What?
Adam died.
What?
Immediately failed at whatever the fuck this game is.
Yeah. It doesn't make... So she's like, we can barely control this woman, but at the same time, here's what we're going to do. We're going to send her in anyways. Like, yeah, but we can't really control her. It's like, yes, but we can, but not really. So we ended up... They send in this woman to deal with this threat, and lo and behold, immediately, this powerful witch ends up getting away from the government control. And like, shit... Well, we're not going to be able to deal with these. We can't deal with this. The regular military can't take these people out. I know. We'll send in a bunch of C-list villains to handle it. So they send in people like Deadshot and Harley Quinn. I'm like, how are they going to be able to do it if the military can't? Like, they had there's footage of like 4 Apache helicopters trying to take out one of the bad guys, and they're just getting swatted aside. It's like, don't worry, Harley Quinn and her bats got it. And I'm just like, how on earth is Harley Quinn going to do a sausage when it comes to this?
Do my sausage. What?
Well, that's the thing. I will say Margot Robbie and Will Smith do a really good job, respectively, as Harley Quinn and Deadshot.
I heard they steal the show.
They do, but then to be fair, none of the other characters are given anything at all. Like, it's not even funny.
I heard there was some like. Before I move on, if you just went to see the movie for Margot Robbie, would you be happy with it.
Well, I mean, just
performance.
go watch another movie. Go
right.
watch. Well, if you're just looking for Margot Robbie, go watch Wolf of Wall Street because at least she gets naked in that one.
Yeah. All right. I was also gonna say, I heard there was some shady practices, I suppose, in developing this film.
Were there?
Where Jared Leto. I don't know if it was you guys who told me this, or I heard it somewhere else, but I heard he was screaming at people walking down the street to try out different kinds of laughs to see which created like the most fearful reaction in people. It's like, all right, chill out, dude.
I feel like any of them really. If you saw some random dude come up to you and be like, nah, 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 nah. You're like, okay, I'm pretty. Yeah. It's like, did you find that?
It's Jared Leto.
Did you find that threatening? Yes, I did. I found that extraordinarily frightening.
Fill out the survey for me, please.
Hands you an iPad.
Phone book. Fill out this, please, and be on your way. Or,
you know what we should have done? I should have just created a new character and started.
He also apparently, well, you could have done that.
Let's do that.
Go ahead and do that then.
I'm gonna do that.
Apparently, he sent. I don't know if it was a picture or if it was an actual thing, but it was like a dead pig. He sent Will Smith. And
what?
It's like, as he was just like apparently, I guess it's super method acting, and Will Smith was like, his response was like, "This is just acting for me, dude. This is just like a job. It's like this.
Yeah.
Like I'm living this character right now." And it's like, why does everybody who plays the Joker
go insane?
Yeah, it's like Mark Hamill's. Someone, I think it might have been even on the Rooster Teeth podcast. They mentioned it's like Mark Hamill's been doing this for 20-something years, and he hasn't gone fucking insane doing this.
He's the only one. He comes out and be like,
because he knows it's a role.
Here, Batsy, and I'm gonna tell you, I got one hell of a surprise cooked up.
He's the
like,
best
all right,
Joker.
that's a wrap. It's like, okay, we'll have to shoot Star Wars now, and then I'm gonna go home and I don't know, maybe have some wine. I think I got some chicken left in the fridge. Maybe I'll
because Mark Hamill's a fucking sane person.
And then it cuts to who played the Joker in the Dark Knight.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, and Heath Ledger's in the current. Like, he's like, okay, that's a wrap. Heath is like, great. I'm gonna go back to my trailer and saw my own eyebrows off with this hacksaw. And he's like, okay.
And curl up in the fetal position and overdose on painkillers, whatever, antidepressants.
Yeah, is that what he died of?
Yeah, I think he was so depressed playing the Joker that he overdosed on antidepressants or something.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, I mean, it sucks that you died, and it sucks that you got like that enthralled in the role, but it's like, it's just acting. It's just a fucking character.
I mean, Margot Robbie's fine. But they're fine. And everybody else. The girl who plays Will Smith's daughter honestly thought it must have been in the movie. I honestly thought it's like, this must be Will Smith's actual daughter because she is just
with Jaden Smith.
Awful. She is just, oh my god, kind of like that face.
You got a Will Smith's daughter here.
Oh man.
I like that they did that, though, like that they crossed the names. Because you got Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, and then you got Willow, who's the daughter, and Jaden, who's the son.
Yeah.
It's like they fucked the names in half.
Do you think I can make Ultron? I'm
probably
going to get the Ultron. Actually, probably can't because the character creation is just not very good.
You can make red eyes and get
let's
fairly
just do
close.
this.
So would you recommend going to see it?
I would not. Another problem with the movie, the fighting isn't very good. It'll be like the fight, it'll be like just to move the mic, it'll be like, and then that character's knocked out. Like in Captain America Civil War, when like they have this big epic brawl between Cap and Iron Man, and they have this like running gun battle in this like ancient Russian
fighting
facility.
was really good in that.
It wasn't in this. It was just like Harley Quinn would go up to the main bad guy and hit him with her hammer, and it wouldn't work because you're fighting the god. So she'd hit him with the hammer and be like, "Oh, well, this didn't work," and then she'd get knocked away, and I'm like, "Thanks, Harley, you were a big help." Skip.
Yeah. Do they kill anybody?
You got a happy horn.
No, I don't know what that is. Cool.
It gives your sparrow a horn.
Cool, needed that.
Yep. Do they kill anybody? Yes, they kill. They kill off 2 of the characters.
Civilians?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
They kill
good.
civilians as
Good.
well, a lot, and they kill a lot of army people.
So,
I would not recommend going to see this either.
which one's better? Which one's better, Dawn of Justice or this one, Suicide Squad?
Oh man, Captain America.
Captain America?
Yeah.
Civil War?
Yes.
All right. I'll just watch Civil War again then.
You should. That was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
What? I'm trying to think of any other things I can talk about in the movie. I've talked about the characters. The directing it's all over the place, and the writing doesn't make any sense for the plot because they'll be like, these people meet, they're shipped off to New York, their helicopter crashes for no reason. Their helicopter is shot up, crashes, and no explanation is given. Everybody gets out of the helicopter. It's like, wow, that good thing we survived that. Anyway, let's carry on. They're not like, who shot us or something like that. The helicopter is shot. They're like, we lost the pilot. Crash. And they're like, is everybody okay? And they're all like, yep. They're like, okay, moving on. Then they march off down the street.
Was it funny? Did it try to be funny?
No, it was just like they get out of the helicopter and get on with their lives.
No, but I meant the film, not just this one set piece.
No, well, hang on. I'll get to that. And then so that they meet, they fight some dudes. They go up into a building. They fight some more dudes. They come out of the building. And they're like, and then they find out that like the person that they were trying to help, like extract for the whole mission,
Nolan North,
has just done nothing. Like it was just like that they weren't extracting the person that they thought they were, so they give up on the mission. And like, hey, you can't give up on the mission now. It's like, stop me. And I'm just like, he's just like, okay, and he doesn't. I'm like, well, why aren't you? Why aren't you? You still have that technology, the technology to like. To stop them from not killing, from running away. They still have that, like, control thing in their neck. I don't understand. He's just, like, he lets them go. Like, at the end of this, I'm like, why aren't you...
So did they, at any point, attempt to, like, claw the chip out?
No, they don't. They don't do that either, which I thought would have been smart. It is in their neck, though, so that's not really an area you kind of want to be clawing around.
Let's go look at, like, Buffy Season 3, I think, where Spike was in that military facility. And they had the chip in his head that prevented him from hurting, like, innocent people. And that was inside his brain. And he got that out.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he's a vampire.
He had, like, another vampire or someone. No, I think it was a doctor that had to do it. But they had to, like, cut his head open and pull a chip out. It's like, it just being in your neck. It's just like, I feel like these psychopaths would have no problem just reaching into their neck and hauling a thing out.
Well, none of them do that. That's actually a really good point I didn't even think of. And then, so, they've been together for, like... all of 8 hours, like maybe 2 hours, and then they're like, "Hey, let's go have a drink," and they start talking to each other, and they're talking like they're family members. They're talking like, oh, "Man, I love you guys," and then like Harley Quinn ends up being like, you think she's gonna betray the group because she's like, can you reunite me with Mr. J? And
does she not?
What?
Does she not betray the group?
No. And then the woman's just like, yeah, the Enchantress's like, yeah, I can do that. And she's like, okay, good, except I don't want to do that because I don't want to betray my friends. I'm like, but why are you friends? You just had a conversation like a half an hour ago about why you thought that they were all being pussies because they weren't villains.
That's not Harley Quinn.
No, it's not. And here's another thing. They screw up the entire relationship between Harley Quinn and the Joker because you know how like the most fascinating aspect of Harley Quinn's character is the fact that she's in an abusive relationship with the Joker and that like it's extraordinarily abusive and well, it's very damaging.
It's beyond like the spectrum of
because he really doesn't care about her at all. He just uses her as a toy because he finds her affections for him and her willingness to do something for him mildly entertaining.
It almost seems like it's a mutual relationship because I don't know if she's madly in love with the Joker either. I think she loves him that he always like fucks people over.
No, I genuinely think it's a relationship thing.
Oh.
Like she because it's come up in the comics and in the TV shows that she genuinely loves him, but he doesn't love her back. Like that is the core of their relationship, that it is supposed to be very abusive. He'll act friendly to her just a lot of times, and if she ever screws up or if he ever like she messes up or when he gets tired of her, he starts beating her and stuff like that. So it just like. Anyway, in this movie, the Joker's like, they're like, boss, we found Harley Quinn in the jail, and instead of the Joker being like, huh, that's cool, anyway, back to crimes, he's like, I'm gonna devote the rest of my life to being reunited with Harley Quinn. You know, it's just so stupid. It should have been Harley being like, don't worry, Mr. J's gonna get me out, and then cuts the Joker just being like, remember that chick I used to hang around with? What was her name? What was her name? Does anybody know? Oh, yeah. Okay, well, that's...
I would have been nice, too, if she... like at the end of the movie, not really the big twist or whatever, but had Harley been planning the whole time to fuck everyone over.
Yeah.
Or Joker had a plan to fuck everyone over and like break out.
Yeah, the only reason the Joker's in it is because Harley Quinn is in it. Because I thought the whole plot was going to be, the Joker stole the dirty bomb. He's somewhere in Gotham, and you have to try and you have to fight him to, or you have to try and like
Well,
fight through his goons.
You don't need to give the Joker a motive. Suicide Squad could have been the comic stuff, do the comic bit.
But they didn't do any comic bits.
Well,
but hang on,
whatever.
hang on, just listen. Just listen. You don't even need to give the Joker a motive for this one. It could have just been like, Joker, why do you have a dirty bomb, and why are you trying to blow up Gotham with a nuclear bomb? Yeah, cause I think it'd be funny.
Yeah, and
that's it. And then so the reason that they bring Harley Quinn on the team is like, why do you have Harley Quinn? She's extraordinarily chaotic and untrustworthy. It's like, yeah, but she knows the Joker better than anybody. If anybody's gonna help us find where the Joker is, it's Harley Quinn. That would make sense to have her on the team. But if not, why is Harley Quinn on this Black Ops team? Like, all she does is she screws around. She's loud. That's part of her character.
This is how they could have fixed this film: is have the Suicide Squad exist, have that whole thing exist, and then have them do a couple of missions or whatever, a couple of things, just sort of almost like at the beginning of the film, this is happening, and then there's a mission that comes up. There's relatively high stakes. All of a sudden, Harley Quinn shows up. It's like, hey, I'm part of your team now. And you're like, all right. It's like, why are you here? Turns out, then you got this whole mission where there's a dirty bomb involved, and the Joker's after it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to be directly involved with it, so he's getting Harley to get it for him.
Yeah.
And she'll know the inside, and then she ends up leading them to disable it for the government. But of course, then the Joker swoops in and takes it, and then
yeah,
that's when Batman comes in and saves the day or whatever.
Yeah, Batman's only ever in it in a flashback, by the way, and a scene at the end of the movie.
I think that would have been an okay film. I mean, I don't know Batman very well, but I played Arkham Asylum, and I feel like that would have been a fairly, standard cut and dry plot for that type of thing. But from everything I've been hearing about it, it's not.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not really what you're looking for.
No, it's
Seems
not.
like a hot mess, even just from the trailer.
It is, and it's just all of it. These characters, it's like in Transformers. These characters commit pretty heart and soul to each other, even though they're all supposed to be psychopathic killers. Killer Croc, yeah, Deadshot maybe, because at least he's in his own mind, he's a soldier or something like that. Or Captain Boomerang, where he's just a thief. But Killer Croc is a fucking, and I don't care, he's a cannibal. That's his thing. He eats people.
Is he CG or is it makeup?
No, it's makeup. And actually, I will say the makeup is really good on him.
Okay.
He doesn't look big. He doesn't look big enough at all.
Oh.
He should have been played by The Rock, really, honestly, or Andre the Giant or something.
I feel like they should have just CG'd him.
Because honestly, they were no, I forget who played him. Was it Common or something like that? Played him?
I don't fucking know. Common.
But anyway, they.
Stupid name.
No, I think Common played. Oh dear. I gotta
clued on me. We're almost at a half an hour here, fucking talking about.
It's not great.
Suicide
I will
Squad.
say, if somebody's like, Adam, you either have to watch Suicide Squad or you have to watch Transformers 4. I'd be like, well, okay, clue up Suicide. Let's bring in Suicide Squad. However, it's none of it. I mean, it's not good. It's not good at all. They completely. Final notes are they completely ruin the relationship between Harley Quinn and the Joker. They don't nail that at all. A lot of the characters are not necessary. The plot doesn't make a lick of sense. A lot of the character motivations don't make a lick of sense, or they're very, very weak. There's the reason that the entire motivation of Deadshot is he wants to get back together with his daughter / get revenge on Batman. Kind of, maybe not really. Depends on who you're asking. It's just overall just a weak film. And it's not I think a lot of it has to come down to the writers, and I think there was a lot of studio interference. But of course, I won't know that until I end up watching the behind the scenes footage if I ever get the DVD, which I'm on the fence about. But anyway, yeah, don't go see it. I wouldn't. I would wait maybe Netflix it if it comes out, but it's only if you're a big
DC's
fan.
DC's ain't come out on Netflix.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, well, welcome back, everyone, from the beginning of the video. Skip to this bit. You've effectively skipped half the podcast. And there you go. Moving on to the second topic of the evening or morning.
Which the Olympics have started.
So, yeah, the Olympics
so if you don't want spoilers for this, skip ahead.
Skip to the last 8 seconds if you don't want spoilers for the Olympics. Yeah, Olympics on to go. It's in Rio. Everyone's been making fun of it.
Because apparently there's a lot to be made fun of. Although I will say, did you watch, when they hoisted up the Olympic flame and it was in front of that sun thing? Yep. That was really cool.
Yeah, I really like the cauldron, actually. you haven't seen it, it's basically... It was kind of underwhelming at first because the dude runs up the stairs, as you expect, lights the torch or the cauldron, which it's like you see his torch go in, and then the other side lights. It's like, all right, well, this is obviously like if the Olympic flame was actually like a centuries old fire that's been going, like that's cool, but it's not at all.
No.
It's just like this thing is gas and this thing is gas. All right, that's the same fire. Like no, not really.
You have to bring it in on like a special truck. Like, back it up, Sal!
So anyway, he lights the thing. It's like a really underwhelming, just like a cauldron, basically, is what it looks like. But then they like lift it up, and then it goes in front of this. I don't even know what to describe it as. It's essentially like
if you ever go to like if you have like a great aunt or something like that who lives off in the country somewhere, she has like a farm maybe, or she just lives out away from people. You'll see one of these things hanging up on her porch. Next to the birdhouse and
like
the
a wind chime thing.
Yeah, and it's like this thing that constantly turns and moves, and when you look straight at it, the cauldron forms the center of the sun, and the rest of these form like beams of light. It's really cool. So just look up like Olympic.
Rotates into itself as like perpetual motion. It looks really cool.
Yeah, look it up online because I'm sure like everybody.
I still think the London cauldron, the 2012 cauldron, was kind of cooler looking than this one.
What was it? I can't remember.
It was basically like a bunch of, like, instead of one specific thing, it was like a shitload of things that came together and like made.
Oh yeah.
Like it was
almost better than the Canada one, which broke when they were trying to assemble it. It was like.
Well, that one had 3 arms and only 2 of them worked.
Yeah.
It was basically like if you've seen like the war, like the hedgehogs. It did like that, but only 2 worked.
Yeah.
But at the closing ceremony, they had the 3rd one come up and then finally complete it, and then just come apart again because it's like, and it's together, and take it apart again because we're closing the ceremony.
Yeah.
So have you obviously saw that bit? You haven't seen any other sports?
No, I haven't really been watching it today. I had a bunch of stuff to get looking at, but I think we'll talk about the whole. I mean, it's only been a day, really.
Yeah,
so
it's going on for the next 2 and a bit weeks.
The first Olympic medal ever went to an American for shooting. So it was an officer, I believe, and they were shooting. I think it was just out in the street shooting at black people.
Oh yeah, that's good. Kind of ironic.
What?
Americans winning medals for shooting.
Yeah, it was very ironic. The use of words.
So they had like archery and stuff today. I don't know. Let's actually just look up the tally here after. I guess this is day 1, right?
I would guess. Yeah.
Obviously, it's been a couple of days since now, but as of Saturday the 6th, which is when we're recording this, let's haul up the Rio.
Yeah, man, haul it up.
Rio Olympics.
I will say, Titan gear looks good, but not at first level.
Oh, that's good.
Like, this looks badass.
2 shot dead at Rio Olympic site 11 hours ago.
Oh, that's good.
Olympic organizers apologize to fans missing events due to ridiculously long waits. So that's good. Good job, Rio.
Apparently, there's been a lot of shit going on in this Olympics. Some of it literal, because apparently there's fecal matter in all of the water.
Australian swimming team raises infection fears over Olympic pool.
That's good.
Australian coach described the Olympic warm-up pool as soupy and cloudy. So good job in hailing that. Also, earlier, I think we mentioned this in the special this week, just because of the way we record things. But there was a bunch of rowers this morning, or one group of rowers, I think it was 2 people, who, because of the choppiness, because of the wind in the water, they actually fell out of their boat into what was effectively a toilet. Yeah. Like, you could see through the first inch of water, maybe, and then it was just like, could be syringes, I don't know. Could be fucking rotten bodies down there. I don't fucking know. And they were like fully submerged in it too. It's like you got super cancer now, man.
Well, I mean, who's got the next Olympics after Rio?
The next one is Korea, Japan.
Well, that's probably gonna be good. Japan can pull off a good Olympics, and I believe the 2024 Olympics. I think LA is trying to.
There's a couple of bids for that. I think.
I know LA is one of them.
I think Turkey's bidding for that as well.
No,
but
no.
It's they bid for a bunch, actually. They bid for a bunch of Olympics recently. It's like, you.
Yeah, but they also just had a coup, so maybe don't have a big Olympic event there.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna haul up the medals here now, see if I can figure it out. But it's like we knew that Rio was gonna have the Olympics for
I think they ended up getting it like 2010.
8 years?
Yeah, something like
It was
that.
2008.
Yeah.
And they only like a week ago finished building stuff. I don't even think some of it's done yet. Like, because they showed one of the stadiums and it had all like fucking construction dirt and shit in the bottom of it. It's like, all right, that's done.
Yeah.
All right, let's just pull up the medal count. Here we go. See how many medals we got so far. All right, so this is a tally as of right now. We got I guess Korea won the gold medal for archery because they're currently at the top. This is broken.
I forgot what I got to do here.
Super broken.
Oh, is it?
All right, well, we got the top 5 anyway. South Korea has a gold and a silver.
Oh, that's good. Good for them.
United States has a gold and silver.
Okay, good for
Argentina has a gold. Belgium has a gold. And Hungary has a gold.
them. Oh.
That's it. Canada sucks cock.
Well, none of the. I mean, Canada never does well at the Summer Olympics anyway, because every time somebody's going for the Summer Olympics, Canada's like, what?
Yeah, no, we don't win medals.
No, we're off playing hockey. What is it? What do you mean run?
You can't
Run
play
for
water.
what?
Can't play fucking hockey on fucking the pond, by.
Oh, fuck.
Gotta be
that, boy.
frozen.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see if we
You
can
can't even
figure
get
it
a
out.
cold beer in the summer, boy. Jesus Christ. You know, I can't have that. No. No, my duck.
They're all
no,
newfie.
my duck. There are no sports in the summer,
Okay,
no.
so they have a gold medal in archery and a silver in judo. Koreans. The good Koreans.
Well, I mean, it's kind of,
Yeah.
they had a strong team for judo.
And the United States have
Because you
a
need.
gold in shooting, as Adam said,
Yeah.
and a silver in archery. So they're also good at 2 forms of shooting. Watch out for those school shootings with bows. Probably going to be a thing
That would
now.
be horrific. Just like cops going in to see like kids like impaled to the wall.
Jesus Christ. All right, so the Olympics is on to go. That'll be probably a recurring thing for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll probably have a big finish up thing
yeah.
when the Olympics finish up.
So we'll
go
move
Canada.
on.
Hope they win. Hopefully the Canadian women's team for soccer won't get fucked over by the ref like they were in 2012. Thanks, ref, letting America win. Because like, no, better let the Americans win.
Yeah, because they're impartial and unbiased.
Yeah.
That's how it works. So, Elder Scrolls Legends has entered open beta.
Oh, has it?
Yeah. So
Wait, is Legends the card game?
Yeah. So the NDA I previously agreed to, I can now just tell you whatever I want because it's already in the beta.
That's
open
good.
Beta.
Okay, so what?
So basically,
why am I so fast?
I don't know. You're fucking level 2, man.
Yeah, I know, but like, I guess it's because I'm a Titan. Because in the game I main in my version of the game I main a Warlock, and the Warlock's like
you have multiple accounts.
Yeah, I wanted to play as a hunter, but I'm not nearly as far as I am as a Warlock.
Yeah. Anyway, if you haven't played Elder Scrolls Legends, it is a card game. It's a very obviously directed at a Hearthstone audience, and somewhat to maybe a Magic the Gathering audience. Although I feel like Hearthstone is maybe a quicker version of Magic.
Yeah, I feel like Hearthstone is like a from what I've played. I haven't played a lot, if I'm honest, but I feel like Hearthstone is a very quick like entry level into online card games, and Magic is like from if you want a serious more.
Yeah, I mean they're all kind of the same concept. It's been a little while since I played.
I'll follow this guy.
Elder Scrolls Legends. Although Bethesda, if you're watching, I've played the open beta, and basing my opinions entirely on the open beta and not my previous experience, just for NDA reasons. But it kind of works similar to Hearthstone in the sense that you play creatures and they can have different effects. It works very much like Magic, but quicker. One of the main concepts to Legends that I haven't seen in anything else, Hearthstone might do this. I don't know. I haven't really played a whole lot of Hearthstone. Is it has lanes? Which I think is kind of like maybe a MOBA element. But it's not lanes in the sense that you're thinking. It's lanes in the sense that you have essentially multiple card games going on at once. So
interesting.
It's like you have a certain amount of health, the character. One thing that I noticed that this game does that Magic kind of doesn't is you can attack the player directly, whereas in Magic you need to attack. And the other player can decide to block it with their creatures, or they can just say fuck it and take the player damage.
Yeah.
In this, you can just attack the player. So it's almost like if you just have a fuck ton of creatures, you can just kill the guy almost immediately, which is the case for a lot of the early games in the beta. But of course, as the game, fuck you, asshole, adding us onto this. as you
like, oh, look, a new player. I'm like,
oh yeah, we'll help you grind, dude. We need another grinder, dude here. And as you get further and further into the beta, it gets obviously more difficult in the way that it's constructed, and you need to shift focus from just like DPS to actually like longevity.
that was a grenade.
So the way the lanes work is you play a card in one lane, you can sort of build up a small army in one lane. I guess it's kind of like fighting a battle on multiple fronts is how you would kind of describe it in the context of Elder Scrolls.
So like chess or tiddlywinks.
Absolutely. I know that last one. And you can only fight cards from the same lane that those cards are in. So it's like you could all of a sudden just be like, oh, I'm going to slip a monster over here and fuck you up. But it's like, and now you have 10 monsters, you can't do anything about it. So I guess maybe that's kind of a remedy for being able to block damage, even though you...
Yeah, no, because I think that's why everybody hates blue decks in Magic the Gathering, if I'm remembering correctly, is because they had a lot of flying creatures, which not a lot of people had counters for. So they'd be like, I play 8 flying creatures, you take all the damage. It was like, God damn it!
Yeah, especially like blue. What were the white? What were the beige ones?
Beige.
Plains? Were they like plains? Is that what it was? Like the field ones.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Field cards.
Yeah.
Like blue with those were
Yeah.
like, you're fucked. Because you could like lay a card that says like, oh, just lay every time you have a turn, lay like 4 of these. So then like 3 turns from now, you got like 19 fucking flying creatures. Like, all right, well, fuck you. They only do 1 damage, but now you're fucked. So,
I remember when I've never actually like had my own deck, but my friend let me play his deck for a couple times, you know, just with him and his friends.
yeah.
As like a kind of a, you know, just a bit of fun.
I bought like a starter set, and then just because it came with the video game, the old last.
He had a
game.
lot of cards. Like he had like boxes worth of cards because he's really into it. He's like, yeah, just come play, because he wanted to get me into the game so I could play with him.
Is that what they were playing at the fucking
store last
comic
night?
place we were at?
Yeah.
It was a Magic.
Yeah, it was Magic. Anyway.
A lot of people that were playing Magic.
Yeah, there was like 4 people playing
You
Magic.
almost smell the armpit juice.
You could smell the armpit juice.
But man, they got a lot of sets of dice down there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's cool.
But he let me play his red-green deck, and like I didn't win. But at the end of the 3rd turn, I had like 5 monsters out. One was like a 6/6 monster, and the dude plays like, "Is this seriously your first time playing?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, why are you winning? I didn't. I lost, but it was more because the dude was helping me coach. He's like, "Now you're gonna want to play this," and he's like. I picked the deck myself because I was like, which deck will let me have the most monsters? And it's like, that'd be a red deck. And it's like, which deck would let me have the biggest monsters? Like, that's a green deck. All right, I'll be a red-green deck then.
Oh man, red-green. Keep your stick on the ice
Yeah.
and whatnot. That's a Canadian reference, maybe that most people won't get.
I like that show.
Well, show. Dude like duct tape.
Yeah. Also, one of the best parodies I've ever seen of a group of people in my life. Because it'll be like, I remember one episode, he was just like, now, in this week's episode of Red Green, we're going to show you how to change the oil in your car. Because if you take your car to a mechanic, an oil change can cost anywhere up to $5. Who wants to be spending that kind of money when you can do it for yourself for free at home? And I'm just like, oh. So he ends up having like to take the engine block out of his car in order to get it. And he saws his car in half and stuff. It's funny.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty funny show.
I hate people who are like that, who are like, oh man, let's save a couple of bucks, I could do that. It's like, you have no idea how to install AC, like central heat in a house. Like, no, I don't need to spend money for how hard.
He did so much retarded stuff with tape too. I remember like one of the ones one of his inventions. He used to just have like this segment on his show where he'd make something retarded, and it was like a in-home heating for your driveway, so you didn't have to shovel in the winter.
Yeah.
And he just basically took this steel fence and hooked it up to like a bunch of car batteries so that it would like glow orange hot, and like wrapped duct tape around everything. It's like, this is so unsafe. How are they allowed to like show this on normal television? If they had that now, it's like, oh, I just had to burn your house down, kids.
I remember once he was like, I'm going to show you how to make a hovercraft. And he was like, what you need is you're going to need one of these big satellite dishes. I found one of these off of a government weather station after a hurricane. It was one of these like big like house-sized like satellite dishes. All I got to do is like cut that central antenna off there and flip it over, and then we're gonna use the engine out of a golf cart in order to power the darn thing there. So you slip that underneath, and then you put a chair on the top, and then away you go. And you got your you got this brake here for steering, you got this brake here for propulsion, and then that's
a brake for propulsion.
Yeah.
It fires you in the other direction. It doesn't actually slow you down.
Remember once he made a car that was perfect. He was like, "This is a car for those of you who don't know how to parallel park." And he stuck wheels on the outside of his car, and then he would lower it with a hydraulic lift, and the car would like lift up, and the other wheels would come down, and then he'd get out of the car and push the car into a parking spot. And we're talking about red green on the podcast.
Yeah.
We should probably move along.
It's somewhat localized humor.
Yeah. Speaking of localized humor,
hang on now.
I was gonna say.
I was just gonna clue up on Elder Scrolls Legends here.
All right.
All the cards have voices. I think Hearthstone does something similar to that. It's pretty cool. I like that they have them voiced because it makes it a little less like a card game. And there is a campaign that kind of has an interesting story. I don't know if it breaks the canon or not with the rest of the Elder Scrolls stuff, but it seemed interesting. I kind of had fun with it. If it's a free-to-play game...
Oh, you know it breaks
it's
the
done,
canon.
Oh, probably. But you can probably check it out if it's a free game. I think it's going to go free-to-play whenever it comes out. So give that a look-see and maybe enjoy it. I enjoyed it more than the Elder Scrolls Online, that piece of crap. But there you go. So anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
To something, whatever Adam was talking about. Pokemon Go got an update.
Yeah, it's feces now.
Yeah.
I started playing it when it became
Adam
feces.
started playing it.
Sucks.
We kind of guilt tripped Adam into playing it.
He kind of like strong armed me into playing it. Down to restaurants, like Adam, you know, if you don't.
Nah, you saw we were having fun. You're like,
no,
all
I
right.
wasn't.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, there's a Pokestop right outside this restaurant. We can get it from here, even though we keep apparently being in the ocean. We're in the ocean, just sitting here. And Adam's like, yeah, I'll play that. And then he started playing it, and then all of his starters spawned on top of each other, and he couldn't pick one. And then he deleted it again. And then we realized that Adam had his GPS all fucked apart on his phone, so that was why it wasn't working. Yeah. But anyway, they updated the game. And this has been a thing ongoing for a while. If you're unfamiliar with this, you probably don't care about Pokemon Go. And if you are, you probably already know what we're going to talk about. But we're doing it anyway because it's news and it happened. And if you are interested in Pokemon Go and didn't know about this, then good for you. You're the one person in the world that's looking for this. And couldn't find it anywhere else, apparently.
Oh, story.
So they updated the game. They essentially removed the tracking system. It had a 1, 2, and 3 steps thing where it would say like, okay, you're getting close to the Pokemon, you're gonna catch it now. That broke like 2 days after the game came out. So in this update, they just removed it. They're like, oh well, instead of fixing it, let's just get rid of it. Fuck it. So that's what they did. They also apparently made the game harder. So it's harder to throw the ball at the Pokemon.
It is so because I remember like watching you play for the first time. You're getting it every time. I'm like, oh man, I went to try miss, hit, didn't stay in the ball, miss.
So that's apparently people are complaining about that, and Niantic also, the company, also acknowledged that it was a thing. Some glitch is apparently making Pokemon harder to catch because you can't throw the balls at them all the time, and they also break out of the balls when they shouldn't. So that's a bug. They also shut down a bunch of tracking sites, most of them. I don't think they got all of them. I think they had a very large majority of them. The tracking sites, as many of the creators of these tracking sites will tell you, created the site itself because the tracking in the game was broken. So they basically, it was like a companion app almost, like, all right, well, the tracking's broken, use this tracking app. And it would tell you where Pokemon are and how long they'll be there for. It was much more information than you get from the actual game. But if you're not hacking the game, it wasn't really of use to you anyway. Because like, all right, well, there's a Snorlax over there, it disappears in 9 minutes, I can't get there. So it's like, cool, I know that it's there, but it would essentially just tell you Pokemon that are near you, and you can like, all right, I'm going to go here and try and catch this thing, which is cool. You could argue it takes the spirit out of it a little bit.
Sorry, I had to cough.
You could argue that it takes the spirit out of, actually hunting these things down a little bit. But on the other hand, it's like, well, are you just going to go walk around randomly, hopefully you get something, And I think that's fairly, like, obviously you want to have some sort of You want to feel like you're making some sort of progress, and I think these tracking sites, they did that for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really used those. I mean, I know of them, and I know how they worked. But for the most part, when we were out catching Pokemon, I just sort of caught whatever was nearest, because they were ultimately redundant. But now that the tracking in the game is completely broken and gone, you can't really do it anyway, so... you're going to have to try and see if anybody else has have these things. But Niantic did say, and I don't really have any quotes here. I don't think they outright said it was cheating. What they actually said was,
good. I'm glad
and they
it
released information on this, that the
I just died.
tracking sites that were using the API, of the game, were actually straining the Niantic servers for the game. So they released a picture of a graph of like server usage the day after they shut down all those sites, and it went down by like half. Also, probably because nobody was playing it anymore, because they got rid of any ability of tracking Pokemon. So
it
that
seems
happened.
like this whole phase is coming to an end.
Unless they can fix it in the
like
next
the Holy
couple
Roman
days
Empire
or
or
weeks.
Jiggings.
This
trend
it's
is
coming
collapsing
to
in
an
on
end.
itself.
It's only a couple of weeks old, Adam. So there you go. Anyway, no one's caught any legendaries yet, and except for one person who caught an Articuno.
Yeah, and then got it removed because
it was taken
Professor
away
Oak
from
came
them.
over, slapped him in the face, and says, "No, you
Willow.
don't get this right now."
It was Willow. It was Allison Hannigan.
Was it Willow?
No.
What?
Professor Willow.
Oh,
Professor Willow. He was also a
fuck
dude.
Professor Willow.
They're all named after trees. Which, conspiracy theory, Ash's mom was fucking Oak.
Absolutely.
Because Ash is also a tree.
And also, there's other evidence in the show that
Oh,
suggests that.
Okay. But he's also a tree, Adam. Ash is also a tree. Professor Ash?
I remember there's a scene in the second movie where like there's a prophecy, because there's always some bullshit prophecy.
Oh, yeah, you gotta have that stupid-ass feces that ruins stories.
And it was like in the I forget what the prophecy is, but it was something like blah blah blah. In a moment of crisis, the world will turn to ash, and people were like, "Oh, the world's gonna burn." It was like, no, they'll turn to a guy named Ash, and then so it's like so it wasn't talking about fire, but they were talking about a person. It was like, yes, the world will turn to a person named Ash, and then somebody cut in the scene from The Evil Dead where you see Ash go, groovy. I'm like, that would have made the movie so much better.
Anyway, yeah, they caught those Articuno by hacking the game.
That's
I
good.
should say. But Niantic came in and said, you shouldn't have this yet, and took it away. So anybody hunting an Articuno, you can basically fuck off, because Niantic said you're not supposed to be able to get it yet.
I feel like that's that fuck you for not letting me play the game I want in the way I want.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude did cheat, but you know, it probably took him a lot of effort to hack the game in order to get an Articuno in the first place. So let him have his goddamn Articuno. Who gives a flying fuck?
Well, it was at a gym. The people were spotting it at a gym.
Oh.
So it's like, if you can have any Pokemon
Well, I wouldn't
you
have
want,
done that.
stay out of a gym.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done. Just keep it to your fucking
Well, he's
self.
obviously going to be like, hey guys, look what I got. I got an Articuno.
Yeah.
I'm so cool. Oh, it's gone. All right. Cool. That was cool. 5 seconds. Now, there's also some people saying that it was faked, which I don't know if this was like people after this guy who got an Articuno hacked the game and got it, and they just photoshopped a picture of them having an Articuno as well out of it. Anyway, apparently all the Pokemon that people aren't supposed to have been removed by Niantic, so there you go. And New York is apparently pleading with Niantic to get paroled sex offenders to stop playing this game, and to also prevent gyms, Pokestops, and Pokemon from spawning near known sex offenders' houses.
Yeah, maybe that should have been something they looked into in the... Jesus Christ, this entire thing has been nothing but a clusterfuck from the
You got one of
beginning.
them chests.
I got a rocket
Yeah, so
launcher.
just break into this sex offender's house and catch your Weedle. Catch his Weedle or whatever. I don't know. Let him suck on his Weedle. Because that's what sex offenders do. Anyway, Niantic probably figured this out. You know, not just in New York, but everywhere.
By the way, I heard that I heard that the city of London is actually getting the people who made Tinder to say stop stop letting Hitler swipe left. Like, get him off of your site, because a lot of people are having dates with Hitler, and then he ends up gassing and killing them, and it's a whole thing.
Oh, that's a funny joke, Adam.
It's not really. If
It's topical.
If you can cut that out of the whole thing, that would be great. But you're not. So.
What are you talking about, man? World War II is topical. It's only like 70-something years ago.
Apparently, Batman Telltale is not very good.
You skipped over one there, Adam.
Yeah, I didn't really want to talk about it.
I just want to touch on it because I've mentioned it before, and our worst game of the year last year was this franchise, which was the F1 series made by Codemasters, or as I call them, Code Slackers. Well, recently... Yeah, I'm witty, right? Recently, they've come out and announced... they announced F1 2016, which honestly looks decent. It seems like they've actually fixed like 90% of the things that were wrong with the last game.
Only 90.
Except for one thing, which was no co-op mode. And co-op mode, which if you don't know, was a mode where you could play through a whole season of the career mode with your friend.
Yeah, didn't you and
Pretty
Dave do
straightforward.
that?
Yeah, we did. We got a series on going, and it made the game. It made the franchise much better because you got to play with your friends. They didn't announce a co-op mode this year. They actually did one better, if you can believe that or not. Code Slackers actually doing a bit of work this year. They announced multiplayer championships, which instead of playing with one person, you can now play with 21 of your friends by doing the same thing that co-op mode was doing. Nice flip, Adam. I know you're gone. So, yeah, they got basically 22-player co-op mode now, so you can do the same thing you used to be able to do in co-op mode, except with all of your friends. You're probably not going to play with all your friends, but you can play with a couple of your friends who want to play it. You can be teammates, you can be rivals, you can do whatever you want.
Showing up on the screen for last thing. It was
like, oh, bye. So, I think
Help
that's pretty
me!
cool.
I need to find my baby!
Actually kind of excited about that now, because they left it very late to announce that. Because everybody was saying, where's co-op mode? Where's co-op mode? And then they're like, 2 weeks before the game comes out, they're like, multiplayer championship's coming out. We probably just added it because fucking everyone's complaining.
Did I tell you about the weird experience I had in Destiny a little while ago?
Nope.
So I joined in a strike.
Did you find some plot?
I did. I joined in a strike with 2 other players, and they were both part of the same clan. And I'm like, oh, they must
Give us plot.
Let me tell about the fucking story.
You're at a strike.
Dick.
I'm just doing the background audio.
And anyway, we were the 2 other, which is like a 3-person like boss mission, is what a strike is if you don't know what it is. And anyway, the people
They got a ring on it. What is that?
These 2 people.
A halo?
It's a fucking cloud. Stop interrupting the goddamn story.
What was the line?
Anyway, the people were I was playing with one guy. One person said, "Hang on, stop. My husband's gotta make some. Gotta get a bottle for my for our child." I'm like,
hang on,
okay.
now you were playing with a woman.
Apparently, or a gay man. I don't know. Doesn't matter. And the dude. So anyway, I'm like, okay, but I don't see how that affects you. And then the other player stops playing, presumably to go get the bottle, because it comes back and he gives, and then he's like, okay, he's back now. And I'm just like, wait, are you? I was like, are you 2 together? I was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I've never actually seen a husband and wife or whoever. I said a couple together online. It was so weird.
Oh, so you're playing with both of them?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was weird.
Oh.
Yeah. Not that weird, I guess. But anyway, skip. So yeah.
Yeah. So going right to the one that Adam was talking about there. Batman, the Telltale series came out, the first episode anyway, and as you'd expect, it's a Telltale game.
It's not very good.
Apparently it's broken on PC.
But that's par for the course for Batman, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, apparently they've updated their engine. Andrew was talking about them updating their engine with this game. Apparently there's a reason they don't do that, because it was broken. It's super buggy. It crashes a lot. People haven't been able to play it, some people. Yeah. And some people haven't been getting achievements. The achievements don't pop.
Oh.
Apparently there's a patch coming out for it. Might already be out by now. But for the first week there, it was apparently kind of unusable on PC. So I guess wait until all the episodes are out and then buy it when it's $3 on a Steam sale.
Or get it on console, which apparently works fine on console.
Or console if you want. You're not really... For those games, honestly, you're not missing out.
No, because...
Just pick your preferred platform.
Yeah.
Because the graphics are feesies anyway, so it don't matter. And a game that I thought was kind of interesting, I saw earlier. It's called My Summer Car. If you saw one of our podcasts where we played Jalopy, it's kind of like that, except...
What was Jalopy?
It's where you like drive this shit box across
didn't mean to do that.
across Russia or something.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
And you gotta like just barely keep it going. This is kind of the same thing, except it's more of like a
teen road trip.
like a sim. Well, it's not really a road trip. It's actually
It's actually incredibly brutal.
you pick this like super shitty car that's like it's super broken garbage, and you can do like job mini games, and there's like a whole kind of it's kind of like a comedy thing. It's not like a super serious simulator, but like you can do things to earn money to just barely fix the bits that are in the car to make it slightly better and slightly better. It kind of looked like an interesting little game. I might give it a check out when it comes out. And that's on Greenlight now. So if you're interested in car games that are relatively detailed, like strip apart a whole engine and see all the bits and then like get the rust off just one piece, it looked pretty cool. So keep your eye on that if you like car stuff. And Ubisoft announced that they're making a Division movie. I don't know when this was, but I saw it on the headlines there.
Yeah, but why though?
Well, Jake Gyllenhaal and Jessica Chastain are starring in it. So I'm going to see this film.
What's Jessica Chastain been in recently?
She was old. Well, not old. She was attractive Murph in Interstellar. She was like adult Murph, not super old.
Oh,
lady.
yeah.
She was...
she was mid-Murph.
Yeah, she was mid-Murph.
Do you mean, and she wasn't Coop though, was she?
No, she... well, no, she was Coop.
Yeah.
Because she was Murph Coop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Christopher Nolan.
And she was also
Yes, we got
the... I don't know her character in the movie, but she was the ship. Like the main... She was the captain of the spaceship that rescued Mark Watney, spoilers, in The Martian. That was her.
Oh,
She likes space movies, I guess.
yeah, I guess. She was, I know, Apollo 13.
Yeah, that's her. She was Tom Hanks. She's a very attractive Tom Hanks, I must say.
Yeah, I think Tom Hanks is a very attractive.
Probably why
Tom
I'll
Hanks.
see this movie. But though, honestly, I like the concept of the Division, and I kind of like maybe the background story there.
Yeah,
the movie.
That's interesting. Just the game.
Yeah, the
fell
game
flat
sucks.
in its
The game sucks anus. So I might actually be interested in the movie. And it's decent two main leads: Jessica Chastain and Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm not a huge Jake Hill and Holio, or however Rory would tell you to say it. But
I think you mean Hockey
Julio. But Jessica Chastain, though. Yeah. Very, very pretty girl, woman, great actress. Love her stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll see that film whenever that comes out. Probably gonna be feesies. I'll wait until the trailer's on. Actually,
when's Assassin's Creed?
I'd like
out?
it to be a good one. Yeah, that's kind of why I was like, I'll wait, because they got that garbage arm that throws Michael Fassbender around. I don't know when that's coming out. I really don't care. It completely dropped off my radar when I said his arm throwing him around. So all right, good job. Now we'll start cluing this up because we're running long here.
But I want to play more Destiny.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, Adam. The game Abzu came out. Have you seen that?
Has it?
I remember you being excited about
Has
that
it?
when it was. Yeah, it came out.
I thought they canceled it. I thought it dropped off the radar.
No, it came out last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's by the art director of Journey.
Yeah.
It's on PC. I think it's also on PS4. I think.
Apparently, it's a Journey
It's definitely on Steam. Game. Yeah, it's a game where you swim in the ocean and there's a bunch of fish. Actually, it honestly looked really good. I've seen some gameplay of it. I haven't seen a whole lot because I like to play through it myself. I think it's $18 for us, Canadian. Looks like a cool game. Looks like a neat experience. One of those mind trip, like, if you play Journey, you know what to expect. It's just sort of walk through this beautifully detailed set piece with a very open narrative. You can kind of, create your own story type thing.
Oh, yeah?
Choose your own message, or whatever. I like Journey a lot, so I'll probably pick this up.
Yeah, Journey was fun. Although I think it was a tad overrated. Everyone was like, "This is the best game ever."
Yeah,
it
was maybe a bit had a bit of a whiff of pretentious fart about it, but
yeah. I mean, it was still a good game overall.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was.
But I think everybody's like, "It's the best game ever." Well, no, because
not
you need to have gameplay for it to be the best game ever. But certainly a very enjoyable experience and a very good game. But point.
Yeah, and I think that's sort of where it flourished was in. It wasn't necessarily the narrative.
No.
it wasn't necessarily the narrative that took the center stage. It was literally the journey, and
Oh.
yeah, it was very up front about what it was doing.
And the last thing on the list.
You could actually, after you finish that game, there's and I didn't realize this until after playing it multiple times. There's teleporters in that game.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you know this or not.
I didn't.
But if you get enough of that scarf stuff at the beginning,
yeah,
you can just teleport right to the end of the game, so you can beat it in like 5 minutes.
Oh.
That's why I wanted to do it as a fucking as a challenge episode, because I was like, I beat it in 8 minutes. But that never happened because PS3 doesn't allow you to record in fucking 1080. So, well, at least that game didn't. And last thing on our list, Brexit is finally taking its toll on the UK, Adam.
Oh, is it?
It is.
How?
The HTC Vive got a price hike by £70.
Oh no! So now it's
impossible.
Now it's impossibly.
Now it's $2 million.
Yeah.
I mean, £70 ain't a whole lot. But just for the fact that the UK is now not part of the EU.
What the fuck kind of a noise was that? £70 is not a good. It's not a lot.
I had a dry patch in my throat, so I had to re-lubricate it with saliva. I don't say salvia. That's a different thing. Yeah, so I mean, 70 pounds isn't really a lot in the grand scheme of the price of a Vive. It's like, was it $1,300 Canadian? So 70 pounds. What's that? $120 ish, $110. So I mean, $1,400. Yeah, okay, it's you're adding a bit to the price, but I feel like if you're committing to $1,400 is probably like, yeah, all right, sure. But the fact that it's 70 pounds more now, just because they're not in the EU, is like nothing changed.
Yeah.
It's just that's just like literally import taxes or something.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that it's increasing that much. It's not even like it's not 70 pounds because it's scaling up the price of the Vive. That's like now if you want to import a pillow, import tax is going to be fucked. So like shit in the UK now is going to be super expensive.
Yeah.
So
man, it's almost like it was a big mistake.
Yeah, good job with that.
Yeah. Apparently this didn't scan in because I went too far away.
So
I'm just gonna give it
maybe you should have bought a Vive before you fucked off out of the EU there, Britain. Bet you're regretting that now. Oh, I'll just buy the next one. I'll buy the next one.
Maybe you can get an Oculus.
Yeah. Probably like turbo
infiltrate the
Skywatch.
Well.
So, any final thoughts to clue up this week, Adam?
Don't see.
What are you looking forward to next week? Anything going on?
No, because I end my vacation.
You had your vacation?
Yeah, I'm at this is the tail end of it now.
I kind of took a week off without telling anybody.
You're self-employed.
Yeah, but clients are like, "Hey, I'm expecting this to be done." I'm like, "All right, I'm fucking taking this week off." But there you go.
That's good.
I had to take time off. Most of the people I actually work for were at an office as well, so I was like expecting emails back and wouldn't get responses to work. I'm in fucking Nepal or something. I don't know. So there you go. I don't know what's going on next week. It'll be August 9th. No Man's Sky comes out next week.
Yep.
So by this time next week.
Not looking forward to that at all.
Actually, hang on. Now I'll see. It's the 6th currently. So we record the podcast presumably on next Friday or Saturday. No Man's Sky will be out on PC. I might pick that up. I'm not sure yet. I might do it. I kind of don't want to. I kind of want to get some impressions of it first, but maybe by Friday or Saturday I'll have enough impressions to go on. So
maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll play No Man's Sky for next week's podcast, or maybe we'll do a special on it or something. I don't know. We'll see next week.
Who knows?
All right. Thanks for watching the podcast, everybody.
Bye.
Putting up with this Destiny gameplay. But there you go. See you next week.